Wellness Wednesday, number 3. So the first 2 weeks, our tip number 1 was understand your why. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, we talked about now that you know your why, understand that this is going to take a little bit of time to achieve. If it's a legitimate, if you're approaching it the right way.
Yeah.
So now that leads us to a little bit more practical application, actual information that you can start applying to your wellness program so that you can be better. And if you were going to think about a pyramid, you got the base of your pyramid. That's the strongest
the foundation
of your pyramid, correct? And as you go up, things get smaller. So I would say of any wellness program, the first thing you need to check and the first thing you need to get a hold of
bicep
is
curls.
After your bicep curls is your sleep. Sleep is the most underrated aspect of any wellness program, in my opinion. And why is that? At least for me, from my perspective, sleep has been demonized somewhat. It's been seen traditionally as, sleep when you're dead. Yeah. I've got too much going on. I've got to, you got to be a grinder, right? So we think less sleep is conducive to more production,
right?
Yeah. Or, it's better for your goals. I don't have time to sleep. I got other things I got to be doing. And I think when you're thinking about your wellness and your health, prioritizing sleep is actually going to set you up better than the opposite of the opposite approach. You're actually going to be more productive if you prioritize sleep. So we're going to spend a couple of weeks talking about sleep, the benefits of sleep, why we sleep, all that good stuff. And today I wanted to give you guys 6 benefits to getting great sleep.
6 benefits.
6 benefits to getting great sleep.
Okay,
now, these are not I'm not a doctor. I'm just some moron.
Then where are you getting these? Where are you pulling these from then?
All sorts of different. I've actually put in some work to this show.
Okay.
Believe it or not, some research.
All right. These are not yours.
No, I actually am going to end this with a couple of resources if you are interested in sleep and you want to learn more. People who actually know what they're talking about.
Right.
So these are just, I scoured the internet, pulled from a bunch of different sources. These are the most 6 reoccurring benefits of getting great sleep.
But I'll say this about Ben, though. If he's bringing these up, these are things that he's either tried or implemented into his program. And he's saying, hey, obviously not everybody's the same. Right. These are things that we, mostly Ben, have implemented.
Well, and let me be clear. Today is just the benefits that everybody's going to see these benefits.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to talk about how to get better sleep. And you're right. It's going to be different for everybody. But today, why do we sleep? What are the benefits of sleep? If something's to be made important to you, you need to understand why it's important. Right. So number 1, sleep boosts your immunity.
Yeah.
It allows your immune system to be able to rest and fight off whatever comes its way. I can't think of a better time in our history and our lives that your immune system is more important.
Right.
Yeah.
We talked last week about vaccine mandates and all that good stuff. That's great. Get a vaccine if you choose to. But you need to be doing things that are going to boost your immune system, whether you have a vaccine or not. Yeah. Right? You need to be doing things that are going to take care of your body. So sleep improves and boosts your immunity. I remember as a kid when you'd sit at home and you'd be watching Rainbow. What was it? Reading Rainbow. Remember that? And your mom would get you the chicken noodle soup when you were sick. And you just slept all the time, right? That's your body saying, hey, you need to rest. We need to recover. We need to repair. That's what sleep does for you. It improves immunity. Number 2, sleep helps prevent weight gain.
Oh. Wait a minute. I never knew that one.
Yeah.
How so?
Yeah.
So when you don't get enough sleep, the body produces a hormone called ghrelin. Does anybody know what ghrelin is?
No, never heard of it.
So ghrelin is a hormone that actually boosts your appetite, makes you hungry. That's the hormone that releases that says, hey, I'm hungry, right? So lack of sleep.
I guess when you're sleeping.
Lack of sleep
makes sense.
Actually increases the release of that hormone. And it actually reduces leptin, which is another hormone that we have that actually suppresses and tells us that we're full. So when you're eating, leptin gets released, tells you that you're full. That's when you know when to stop. Sleep actually, or a lack of sleep actually throws that balance all off. So also another aspect of that is when you're tired. Think about your kids. Cooper just did this last night. He asked for candy about 50 billion times. And he wears us down because we're tired. It's the end of the day. We say no. He comes back and asks again. Finally, we're so tired, we say, yes, fine, whatever. Just take it, right? So that's what sleep does. When you're tired, your willpower tends to suppress. You end up making, quote-unquote, bad decisions. What's easier when you get home from work, when you're tired, just grab a quick burger from Whataburger,
Dude, that is
or
so true.
sit there and make something.
Yeah,
So
fatigue will make you make cowards
Yeah.
of us all. That's so true. Yeah.
So literally the hormone release
Yep.
affects your weight, but also just the lack of willpower and decision making. Benefit number 3, sleep can improve heart health. Did you know that, Darren?
Oh, I had no idea.
Man, so I'm just enlightening you.
Yeah,
right now.
you are, man.
If
You
nobody
just
else learns
bringing it.
anything
You are
today,
bringing
you're going to
it
learn
today.
something today. So how does it do this? Sleep improves heart health by causing the release. So a lack of sleep can cause the release of cortisol. You ever heard of cortisol?
Yes.
The hormone
Yes.
cortisol. That's your stress hormone. So which elevates your blood pressure, elevates your heart rate. Obviously, we see how that can lead to heart issues. Benefit number 4, sleep increases productivity. I think this one's self-explanatory. We all know the feeling.
Yeah.
You wake up feeling groggy, your day's not as productive as whenever you wake up feeling ready to roll.
Think about when you stay up late, watching Netflix till 1 a.m.
Yeah.
and you wake up at 7:45 and you got to be on the road on the way to work by 8, whatever it is, right? Think about the stress that creates in your day because you're not rested. Just to start it off, and I'm not talking about like the actual functionality throughout the day and the lack of focus and all the things that come from less sleep. But I just think of like when your body's fighting you to get more and then it just pushes into your day, like how much stress that causes.
Yeah, and it's tricky.
You're looking at it right now. Yeah.
And it's tricky because at least for me, even if I didn't get a good night's sleep, I'm still amped in the mornings. But what I find is after lunchtime, I am done. That 2:30 feeling hits, and productivity just tanks after that point. So maybe I'm still okay in the morning and I feel okay, but it hits me a lot quicker.
No, it hits me in the morning.
Come in the afternoon.
I think
It does hit you in the morning.
as you get older, it'll hit you in the morning. Like if you don't get that sleep in,
All day fight.
if you don't get that sleep in,
Yeah.
it's gonna hit when you wake up. It's gonna be there, and then that monkey's gonna jump on your back about 2:00, especially after you eat lunch.
Big old heavy meal. Yep. Sleep improves. Number 5, sleep improves the results of exercise. Did you know, Darren, that when you sleep, that's actually your repair period?
Yeah.
So people think going to the gym is how you get big and strong. No. It's the exact opposite, actually. When you go to the gym, you're actually breaking things down.
Right.
You're tearing you're tearing the muscles down. You're breaking things down. Sleep and recovery, that's when you're actually getting big and strong. So if you want your wellness to improve, you prioritize sleep because that's actually when your natural human growth hormones are going to be released. Those are the repair and recovery. Your muscles are going to repair and recover, tendons, everything like that. Sleep is where you actually get your physical benefits from your exercise. And it's actually been shown, a lot of people report that they actually sleep better if they exercise that day.
Oh,
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
And we're going to talk a little bit next week about when to exercise for best results. But just know exercising can actually help you improve your sleep. And then lastly, number 6, sleep improves your memory. So it plays an important role in the process called memory consolidation. So during sleep, your brain is busy processing your day, making connections between events, sensory input, feelings, and memories. This is especially the case during deep sleep. And deep sleep is the stage of sleep that is, they say, the most important stage of sleep. And that's hard to get to if you're obviously not sleeping very well.
Yeah.
So those are the 6 benefits
Yes.
of getting good sleep, why we sleep, why it's important to sleep. Tune in next week. Again, like I said today, that's the foundation to me. If somebody was just going to change one thing, I hate that scenario. But if you just had to change one thing, fix your sleep first. And next week we'll talk about 5 ways that you can actually improve your sleep.
Yeah.
I also said that we were going to give you resources. So a couple of the resources that I personally like to go to for all of my sleep questions and concerns, Dr. Michael Bruce, a.k.a. the Sleep Doctor. We actually had him on.
Guest.
I forget what episode it was. It's very early on. So if you're new-ish to the podcast, go back to last
That was when we were
year.
in the small room.
Yeah, that was
We
back
were
when
in
we
the
were
family room.
upstairs. Yeah,
Upstairs. Yep.
freaking roughing it. But yeah, he's the sleep doctor, and you can find his information at thesleepdoctor.com. He's got tons of great free information on that website. Second one I like is Dr. Matthew Walker, and his website is sleepdiplomat.com. And that's his website. Again, tons of free stuff. He actually just started a podcast recently, like a month or 2 ago. And they're super short, 10 minutes max, for all his, and he just gives tips on sleep
That's
and why
good.
we sleep and perfect digestible content. So he's a great resource. And then lastly, this guy's not a sleep expert per se, but he's a scientist. He's a professor. He talks about a wide range of things, and one of the things he really talks a lot about is sleep. And his name is Dr. Andrew Huberman, and his podcast is called the Huberman Lab. He's a Stanford professor, unbelievably brilliant, but always brings great content, and sleep is one of the things that he talks about extensively, in the importance of sleep. So that is your Wellness Wednesday tip number 3. Make sure you fix your sleep and the benefits of sleep.
Brought to you by Ben
Brought
Gibbs.
to you.
Brought to you by, of course, our friends at Sleep Number.
Absolutely.
Why else would we want to talk about sleep except for Sleep Number? And yes, of course, it's convenient that they're our sponsor, but we would promote this anyway because every single thing that we just talked about, Sleep Number is dedicating literally their entire product line to these things. How can they help you
With those
get
6.
better with these 6 things?
Yes. Right.
Our technology, our mattress, everything we do is geared around helping you sleep better. And that's why we decided to partner with Sleep Number. They're an awesome partner, so we appreciate them. Go get yourself either sleepnumber.com or a local store, wherever you are. Go visit Sleep Number, your local store, and get involved there.